kill me and the family and everybody else around.
In a crazy turn of events, the Clark County Sheriff's Office was able to get that scammer on the line. The conversation picked up on body cam.
May I ask who I'm talking to?
Yeah, this is the officer speaking.
Okay, what officer?
Yes.
No, I need to know what officer, sir.
You're going to be in trouble.
Okay. Let me ask you this. The female you sent over here, you know who she is?
Yes, I do.
According to the police report, one...
Now, fresh insight on the investigation. Deputies tell us both Brock and Hall were the victims of a phone scam. He was threatened, a caller demanding $12,000.
I've been on this phone for a couple hours with this guy trying to say we had a nephew in jail.
Hall was sent to his home on an Uber call for a package pickup. Responding deputies actually able to make contact with one of the scammers shortly after the
Yeah, this is the officer speaking.
Okay, what officer?
Yes.
No, I need to know what officer, sir.
You're going to be in trouble.
Okay. Let me ask you this. The female you sent over here, you know who she is?
As investigators work to make a case against the caller, Brock out on bond facing murder charges. At this point, the scammers have not been caught. For their part, Uber is working with law enforcement to provide vital information. Rodney Dunnigan reporting.
Alright, what's up with the YouTube fam? I'm back again with another video. So look, before I jump into the video, I just want to tell everybody out there that's supporting me and rocking with me, just really my supporters, I want to tell y'all that I do appreciate y'all, and I hope that everything did go good today during your day, or it will go good today during your day, just depending on when you see this video or when I post this video. But anyway it goes, I'm simply wishing y'all nothing but the best in every aspect of your life, and I'm sending y'all nothing but peace, blessings, and prosperous energy y'all way. And when I say that, I'm only talking to my supporters, and that's it, and to those who are reciprocating the same energy back to me. But other than that, let's go ahead and move forward into this story right here, because it's very twisted and weird as hell. So let's get straight into it. So basically, long story short, William Brock, he's 81 years old, and I'm pretty sure some of y'all have seen this story and a lot of y'all haven't, so we're gonna break it all the way down from the beginning to the end. So basically, long story short, William Brock has allegedly been receiving certain phone calls and stuff like that, you know, allegedly threatening his life and stuff like that, right? Okay, Miss Lolita, I think that's how you pronounce her name. She was 61, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I hate to get that wrong. I'm so sorry. 60 or 61 if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, let me say RP to her. Squash everything I just said. RP to her. And let me send my condolences out to the family as well. I'm sending y'all my condolences, and I'm hoping that everything is okay in y'all life, and I hope that, you know, y'all can maneuver through the situation the best way possible. I know it's easier said than done, so I'm not gonna sit here and just say be strong, but I do want to say be strong. You know, try your best to go ahead and push and keep fighting. I know this can make you crash out and do some crazy things, and I'm not trying to make these people seem violent or anything like that. I just know that this can make people snap. Let me go ahead and correct that too. I don't want nobody to think that these people are crazy or mean, aggressive, or anything like that. I just want to clear that up. But anyway, long story short, everybody was thinking that this was just a situation where a guy was being hateful and took her life, which I still feel like it was some hatred in this. I'm not going to go ahead and just void that. I feel like the way that he came out there, the way that he was moving, it was like he really wanted to do that. You know what I'm saying? She didn't pose a threat when she came. And basically, long story short, I keep on saying that shit, but it's just so much to break down, and I ain't in no rush, no way here. He was getting certain calls from scammers, threatening him, blackmailing him, and things like that. And ultimately, allegedly, she was sent to his house to pick up something. It sounds like it's a prank gone wrong, but she went to his house, and he seen her outside because he said that somebody let him know that it was somebody coming over there to harm him. And ultimately, he ended up seeing her. And when he seen her, he had his gun and he walked her down, basically, you know. And if you don't know what walking her down means, he followed her with the gun and he shot her, you know, multiple times. And I do feel like that was just crazy and evil in my personal opinion, because if she's not posing a threat, she's saying she basically don't know what the hell is going on. She's begging and pleading for her life. He shot her in the leg the first time. That should have been enough. But he had to take it to the point where he took her life, and I feel like that was just overboard, and he should be charged for that, in my personal opinion. I can understand you taking her for your house, you know, trying to make sure that you're safe and things like that, but she's not posing a threat. You see what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I got the full, you know, timeline from the beginning to the end, when they didn't know what was happening until they found out what was happening. But I do want to say RIP to her again, and I can definitely understand her family's frustration, because he only got a $200,000 bond, so which he will be out shortly. I'm pretty sure he will. And it's just crazy to me that you can get out here and do the things that you're doing at the magnitude that you're doing to get, and you're able to get a low bond like that. There's people that's out here getting caught with drugs, getting like $1 million bonds, and you getting out and you actually gun her down like did it overboard. You feel me? But overall, I don't say what I have to say about all of that. Let's go ahead and get into the video so y'all can get more specifics. I gave y'all a brief synopsis, but yeah, let's go ahead and get into the video. Y'all like, comment, subscribe if you're rocking with the channel. Other than that, let's go ahead and move forward so we can talk about it.
At 5, the woman who was shot after she showed up at a rural home uninvited has. Clark County deputies told us the woman is from Franklin County and did not know the elderly homeowner who shot her. News Center 7's Mike Campbell broke this story and joins us live in Clark County with more on how deputies are trying to connect to seemingly unrelated people. Mike.
Well, Cheryl, we are just outside the village of South Charleston here in Clark County, and you can see behind me it's very much open farming community and country in this area, and it's not entirely clear why or how the woman ended up here at this farm home. We did learn a few things from combing through the 911 call that the 80-year-old retired farmer made after the gunfire that happened in this driveway.
I need the sheriff and the ambulance real quick out here. There's been a shooting.
Why did you do that?
Because I was threatened that she was going to come to me.
Deputies say the homeowner, who is in his 80s, lives here alone. They told us the man had been receiving deceptive communications, but on the phone, dispatchers were trying to sort all that out.
She threatened you?
No, there's a guy on the phone trying to get money out of me. And he was telling me he was going to in the family and everybody else around. He's probably on his way here now. He claimed he was in Springfield.
Paramedics and deputies pulled in about 6 minutes later, and the man again admitted firing shots, but told them there had been a scuffle.
I shot her.
Daughter, what happened to you?
She busted my head on the door.
You know her?
No.
We keep an open mind until the evidence directs us where it needs to go.
Christopher Schultz said his detectives are working overtime to gather evidence. They are issuing subpoenas and serving search warrants for laptops, computers, phones, and service providers, even warrants you might not expect.
The computer systems inside the motor vehicle. We want the full truth of what went on and to determine who is responsible for this and what accountability they will have for this death.
And back live now, you can see the side door where that woman's car was parked very close to in the driveway. The homeowner was also taken to the hospital yesterday afternoon. Deputies have also confirmed again today to me that these two individuals did not know each other before yesterday. They are working to uncover anything they can that would connect the two and find out if the woman was in any way connected to the deceptive communications they believe the man had been receiving. Reporting live in Clark County, Mike Campbell, News Center 7.
All right, thanks.
Now look, I don't want to throw it to the wayside like, you know, it might not be true because it's a lot of heinous things happening, a lot of corruption in, you know, the business market, and scams are running rapid and things like that. But I do also want to say that I feel like if they don't have proof of these phone calls, there's no way in hell he should be free. And I'm pretty sure it was a scuffle. Look what you're doing. He pulled out that old 1970 Western pistol along with my damn leg. You seen, y'all seen, I don't know if I can show it or not. I'm going to try to show it, but if I didn't show it, hell, y'all know the pistol this damn long. He walked out there with it like, you know what I'm saying, like a old robber. But yeah, she gonna scuffle and fight for her life. And then she was just begging and pleading like, don't do this. Like, cause she really don't know what the hell was going on. But I do want to say that she did go over there and try to do what she was told to do or was supposed to do. And it ended up, you know, ending tragically like this. I just want to, and then I seen some weird comments. I gotta address them. I tried to overlook it, but I can't. People were saying she shouldn't be doing Uber or whatever she was doing at the time and things like that. Listen, man, people are having a hard time living. I know you might think you rich and everything is going good for you in your life at this point in time, but you got to realize everybody don't have it made in the shade. People actually have to still work no matter what. And I'm pretty sure if anybody was in her family eligible enough to take her and take care of her, they would, but you never know. They probably, I'm pretty sure that they do. I don't want to put nobody down. I'm not saying that they don't have anybody, but I also want to say that people who are older don't like to stop doing stuff. They don't want to sit at home and be bored every day. Yes, they want to pick up occupations and do certain things, and you might think they want grandkids around them and stuff like that. Just giving them something to do so they can still feel young and still, you know, keep their mobility and things like that. Stop talking down and looking down on people just because they're not doing what you do. at the magnitude or the rate that you're doing it at. You know, you can't do that shit. That shit is so lame to me. I feel like you should be humble enough to understand that people are going through things. It's a hard time right now in life, and you looking down on everybody, talking down to them and stuff like that just because you having a little paper. It's crazy to me. And the little paper that you got, people throwing that shit in the trash. You know what I'm saying? They blowing it on food and drinks and stuff. So yeah, you gotta humble yourself, man. You know, but let's get back into the video. I just have to address that. And I want to send my condolences out to the family again, because I know that this gotta hurt to actually see that this happened, and she was just genuinely doing what she was supposed to do. Who would have ever thought this would have been her last day living, due to somebody else being weird as hell and another dude being overly aggressive about some shit that he probably don't even know is true or not. You know, he can be having hallucinations, he can be going crazy. It's so many different things that go into that. But yeah, it is what it is. Let's get back into the video.
Next video will stop you in your tracks. And I'm going to warn you, it is difficult to both watch and to hear. Sheriff deputies in Western Ohio believe it shows two people ensnared by a scammer who orchestrated a deadly meetup via their phones last month. Dashcam video shows 81-year-old William Brock pointing a gun at 61-year-old Lolitha Hall as she tries to escape. Investigators say Brock had been on the phone with the scammer who tried to extort him and threatened his family when Hall pulled up. Brock thought Hall was in on the scam, but police say that she had no idea about it. They say she was scammed into going there to pick up a package. In the dashcam video, you can hear Hall plead for her life before Brock. Hall did not survive. Brock has been charged with murder and pleaded not guilty.
The tragic story, this one out of Ohio, encounter between two people who did not know each other and were both victims of phone scammers. Victim one, 81-year-old William Brock, received threatening calls last month saying his family was in danger and demanding money. And then the scammers also called an Uber driver, Lolitha Hall, to pick up a package from Brock's home. Brock then confronted her with believing that she was connected to the threats he'd been receiving, and now he is charged with Hall's murder. Lily Luciano has the story, and we have to warn you, the video is disturbing.
Lolitha Hall screamed for help as William Brock confronted her with a gun. Yes, I know what you're after. But as the Uber driver tried to flee, police say the 81-year-old resident shot her multiple times. And then he called 911.
Well, I shot her in the leg first time, then I shot her in the shoulder.
Why did you do that?
Because I was threatened that she was going to come and kill me.
The county sheriff's office says Brock was the subject of a scam call concerning an incarcerated relative, which turned to threats and a demand for money. Police say Hall, the driver, was also contacted either by the same scammer or an accomplice to pick up a package from Brock's residence through the Uber app.
The guy on the phone center here.
Okay. So the male on the phone was trying to get money from you, and she was knocking on the door at the same time?
Yeah, and he was telling me he was going to kill me and the family and everybody else around.
Hall, who was 61, died from her injuries in the hospital. Police say she made no threats or assaults towards Brock before the shooting, other than to ask about the package she was sent to retrieve. They also say Brock took her cell phone and refused to let her leave. Last week, Brock was charged with felony murder, and now he could face 15 years to life behind bars.
Now, with y'all hearing certain things, let me know right now. What do you think? Now, like I said before, it was overly aggressive, but he probably was trying to protect himself, but I still feel like it didn't have to go that far because she didn't pose a threat. On the other hand, you know, with her coming over there to his house with these threats being made could, you know, make you overreact too, but I don't think it's going to go to that extent. You feel what I'm saying? But ultimately, whoever in jail, they got all this stuff going on, boy, you gonna have some karma on you. Look what the hell you got going on, boy. This is way too much. Let's get back into the video.
$15,000 fine. He has pleaded not guilty. What does the prosecution need to prove in this case?
That Brock knew he was using force, and what the prosecution is going to say is there is just no reason to shoot 3 times when somebody is trying to leave your property. If somebody is trying to flee, almost by definition, they are no longer posing a threat.
Same thing I was saying.
William Brock called 911 on March 25th, saying that he shot a woman on his property. When asked why he did it, he said he had been threatened all day over the phone, and the person on the other line said that she was coming to Brock. However, investigators say 61-year-old Lolitha Hall was also a victim of the scam and was requested to pick up a package from Brock's house.
I'm sure glad to see you guys out here because I've been on this phone for a couple hours with this guy trying to save me. Had a nephew in jail and had a wreck in Charleston and just kept hanging on and needing bond money, and this woman was supposed to. Yeah, figured it.
All right,
I kept getting different names and different stories out of him.
This body camera footage from March 25th showing the chaotic moments after an 81-year-old man shot a woman he thought was trying to scam him. The homeowner, 81-year-old William Brock, telling deputies he had been getting phone calls all day from a scammer saying that one of Brock's relatives needed help. Brock told deputies the scammer also told him a woman was coming to his house to get money from him. However, the woman who showed up was actually an Uber driver who was also a victim of the scam. This video was from her dash cam that was rolling when Brock confronted her at gunpoint. Lolitha Hall was shot 3 times and later died. Investigators say she was directed by someone through the Uber app to pick up a package from Brock's home.
There's a guy on the phone center here.
Okay. So the male on the phone was trying to get money from you, and she was knocking on the door at the same time?
Yes.
Okay.
And he was telling me he was going to kill me and the family and everybody else around.
In a crazy turn of events, the Clark County Sheriff's Office was able to get that scammer on the line. The conversation picked up on body cam.
May I ask who I'm talking to?
Yeah, this is the officer speaking.
Okay, what officer?
Yes.
No, I need to know what officer, sir.
You're going to be in trouble.
Okay. Let me ask you this. The female you sent over here, you know who she is?
Yes, I do.
According to the police report, one Clark County Sheriff's Office deputy ran that scammer's phone number, and it came back to Bell Mobility in Canada. That homeowner, William Brock, has been charged with felonious assault and kidnapping. Investigators say Hall never threatened him or posed any sort of threat. They say she was also shot while trying to leave and that he waited to call 911 until after she was shot.
Well, what about the person who set this whole thing in motion? Have they been able to find this person? What kind of charges could they face?
So I've been trying to figure out exactly who's handling that part of the investigation, and I reached out to the FBI's Cincinnati field office, and they told me that they are aware of the incident but can't confirm or deny that they are investigating because of Department of Justice policies. As for the investigation, I reached out to the Clark County Sheriff's Office and the prosecutor's office for a sit-down interview. However, neither agency wanted to talk. Back to you.
Uber says it has banned the account of the person who ordered Hall's trip and has been in touch with both her family and Clark County law enforcement. It's hard to know if the alleged scammers will be held liable.
They need
for
to
Hall's
be.
death is something that I asked Jessica Levinson. She says it's not clear that they could have predicted that the ruse would lead to this horribly deadly.
They need to be charged.
That video, every time I see that video, I saw it yesterday, it's heartbreaking. You can see the fear on her face.
Facts.
She has bad information, he has bad information, he's amped up and scared. She doesn't know what the hell is happening. The guy comes out with a gun. It's so heartbreaking.
Tragic, and we'll just see how the prosecution and how the defense, what they can claim, whether they can use the castle doctrine because it was outside of the house.
Scammers are definitely liable in my mind. I mean,
Facts.
to put those two people in that situation. Lily, thank you very much.
I definitely agree with that last statement, and I also want to say that, you know, the last segment that just played right there, I didn't get a chance to see that one. I seen everything else beforehand, but not that right there. But I also want to say that they need to be charged to the fullest extent because of them being childish, being weird, whatever the hell they got going on. It just was unnecessary, in my personal opinion. I feel like that, you know, with them both not knowing what the hell going on allegedly, it makes it very, very hard to pick and choose what you want, really want to say and really want to do. But I am riding with the you know, notion that he did too much, man. She running away, basically. You know she's an older woman. You know she's not coming over there to do nothing to you, man. And I think some people just use certain things as an excuse to take people's lives and shit like that. And if they know that the law can actually work in their favor, they're going to work it. You feel me? But it is what it is. I want to know your thoughts and opinions on the whole situation. People get threatening phone calls all the time, but, you know, when people actually start coming to your house, it do get kind of, you know, sticky and tricky. You feel me? But I don't think you should go there for, especially if it's an older person. If it was a young man, yes, I can understand, but no. Ultimately, I still feel like it was some hatred in there somewhere, and it is what it is. You can't fault me for being how I am and feeling how I feel, so it is what it is. Anyway, go let me know your thoughts and opinions, and I will holler at y'all later on another video. If you made it to the end, I appreciate you more than anybody else if you're a supporter of mine, you know, obviously. But other than that, I'll holler at y'all later. All right, and rest in peace to her. Condolences to the family one more time. All right.